So one thing we'll talk about today is how to cut 50% off IT OpEx at the bank branch level. And the biggest way that most banks can actually achieve this is by not using the OEM support contracts on the bank branch IT equipment after the initial 3 years has passed. So you certainly want to maintain the proper licensing of the equipment just to ensure the functionality of it. And then you can move that hardware to a third-party maintainer. Ultimately, this is going to lower the IT support contract spend at the branch level per year of roughly 50 to 70%, which could be very considerable cost savings. But ultimately, that allows you as the CIO, the IT director, the IT manager, the business leader to reallocate those funds to the business or to something that's more critical in functionality for your IT infrastructure. So coming back to if you are a CIO, an IT director, an IT manager, another business executive that's trying to reduce some of the operating expenses, then that's a fantastic option to evaluate. And then the second set of people that this is really made for is if you're trying to find ways to free up IT budget to reallocate to a pending technology refresh, for example, you should really be looking at IT support contracts as a way to help achieve those goals. So, one example that we have is we worked with a bank, and the CIO of this regional bank had been trying to accomplish a refresh of its legacy WAN networking equipment for almost 2 full years. It was old Cisco networking hardware that was deployed back in 2016, so almost 9 years old. They've not been able to get the CapEx budget approved by the business to actually perform that refresh, causing a lot of internal challenges. And so what they're able to do is by reducing this past year's IT support contracts at the branch level alone, they were able to save about $30,000. And then they took that 30 grand and were able to reallocate those savings towards the purchase of the new networking equipment, along with the new support contracts. So there are a lot of creative ways that you can go about reducing the OpEx. But the first thing that most of these IT leaders should be looking at are moving over after those initial 3 years. Instead of paying for support for 9 years like this bank was doing, you have those cost savings kind of built into the plan or built into the life cycle of that equipment. By 3 years, we stick with the OEM. After those 3 years, let's shift that hardware over to a third-party maintainer. And now you start building up this budget on the side that you can reallocate to other more critical things. So just a great quick way that you can reduce the OpEx of your IT infrastructure at the bank branch, 50 to 70%, huge impact right off the bat.